here.
Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you guys are having a fantastic New Year. Today I have a topic that we normally do not talk about, but I'm going to talk about it today on the channel because I really want to just break the stigma that nursing students have whenever they're going to the floors to be precepted. I think you guys don't have the best stigma, and I think we can change it if we just talk about it. Those unspoken things that everybody know that what's going on, but nobody talks about it. I haven't even heard anybody talk about it on YouTube, and it's really why nurses do not like to precept nursing students on the floor. So let's get into it. I'm going to give you guys 5 reasons why nurses do not like to precept nursing students on the floor. Now, some nurses love nursing students, but what I've seen from being a preceptor and also what I've seen for just being on the floor, like when charge nurse goes and asks my other coworkers, do they want a student? And the way they just like, hell no. If a nurse can have a choice to work on their own versus being with a student, most of the time they'll choose being on their own. The first reason why is because nursing students be snitching. Like, they be snitching, dry snitching, singing to the gods. Like, they really be snitching on nurses. And you may be thinking, like, why would I snitch on somebody who is training me? Well, usually how the conversation goes, at the end of the day, you go meet your clinical instructor, you and the rest of your classmates, and you guys sit down and go over what you did for the day. And you have that one student who explains how, oh, I was with this nurse, and when she went to do such and such, she did it wrong.
She didn't do it how you taught us in checkoffs, and that's not the way it was presented in lectures. And she did it all wrong. She did this, she missed this step, she took this shortcut, da 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 da.
I'm here to tell you that nursing is not black and white. And nursing is not always, oh, I'm gonna go by the book. Although sometimes when you have a student, you should be, and this is not me saying that the nurse should not be doing the right thing, because they should. But I'm just letting y'all know, nursing students, that if you're with a nurse and she's taking a shortcut and that shortcut does not involve putting that patient in immediate danger in the long run, just be quiet. It ain't even worth you picking that battle, because you're going to be the one who makes it bad for the rest of the nursing student. It only takes one.
And because once you tell your clinical instructor that, she may go back and tell the nurse manager. Now the nurse that you were placed with is possibly at risk for getting written up.
If you see a nurse doing something that you think that's not correct, the better approach would be to just ask them, hey, why are you doing it like that? I know, like, when we were in clinicals, they taught us to do it like this, but I also know you guys on the floor is in the real world is really different. So could you explain to me maybe why you did it this way? Or I never seen it done like that. Or, you know, I bet she'd be a little bit more open to explaining to you why she decided to go that route versus the way that the book does it versus you snitching on her. So let's not snitch in 2024. Let's just clarify with the nurse. Because if I find out you was right there in my face, seeing me do something, and instead of directly addressing it with me, you go tell on me, I'm not going to trust you. Just roll with the punches. And when you get on your own, you'll see exactly why nurses are going to do certain things to cut down on their med pass. If they are putting the patient at risk or in danger, squeal like an eagle. I don't even know if eagles squeal, but sing like a canary. Do what you got to do. The second reason why nurses don't like taking nursing students on the floor is because all y'all do is worry about that god dang on care plan. Like, bruh, the care plan is going to get done. We used to be in y'all shoes. We know the care plan is 4th grade and we know it's important. But what we don't like is as soon as you come to the floor, that's the first thing you're worried about. You're not even trying to get any hands-on experience. Clinicals is for you to get the hands-on experience so you can sharpen in on your nursing skills and your competencies. Yes, you're supposed to do your head-to-toe assessment and get your care plan done, but this is the time for you to really just be learning stuff. You should be helping out, volunteering, and you should be trying to soak up everything that the nurse is offering you at the time.
A better way to approach this situation is to basically let the nurse, as soon as you meet it, hey, my name is such and such. Today I'll be placed with you. Thank you for letting me, shadow you today. I would like to be very hands-on if you allow me that opportunity. We have 6 hours with you, so the first 3 hours I would like to spend basically helping you in any way that I can. I like to be very hands-on, so like if I can hang some lines, I really need to practice with that. If I can do some acu checks.
And then the last 2 hours that I have with you, I would like to work on my care plan and do my head-to-toe assessment. I'm pretty sure if you go and approach a nurse that way, she'll be way more receptive to the whole situation, because now You set out your day for her. You gave her your expectations, and she knows exactly how long you're going to be in her presence and when you're going to disengage. So there's no room left for her to assume anything. You have to set those expectations. Like I said, it's your learning experience, and you need to be in control of your own learning experience. I don't think no nurse will have a problem with that. It's all about the delivery and how you come to them with the situation. Number three, the third reason why nurses do not like to precept nursing students on the floor is because y'all slow. And I don't mean like a lack of intelligence slow. I mean like physically like slow. Like you're gonna slow us down when we're trying to get our patient care and our med pass done. And that's not your fault, boo. That is not your fault. And we have to be able to give you grace and be patient with you and know that you're gonna slow us down and be okay with that. Just know we're just gonna take that L for the day. And if something come up, it comes up. That's the number. Actually, I think that's the number one reason why people don't like to take nursing students, because you gotta slow them down. And me passing my meds to my 4 patients versus letting you pass even meds to 2 of my patients looks very different for me. The time is it's a big time discrepancy. So me doing it, I can do it in 15, 20 minutes. If I let you do everything, that's gonna take almost 40 minutes.
Because you're going to pass the meds a little slower. You're going to assess the patient a little slower than I would. You're going to scan all the meds and may not know what they're for or why the patient is getting them because you don't understand the history or what have you.
Whatever the reason is, it's just going to be a slower process. And then I have to stop and teach you
why we're giving this med, maybe how to pronounce this med, what this med is for, how the patient likes to take the meds. And if I had that patient for a couple of days, I know how to work around that, and so and like I said, that's not your fault.
Number 4, this one really grinds my gear. So number 4 is some nursing students are know-it-all. And I hate to break it to you, nobody likes to know it all. And if you're going to go to the floor with the nurses, just be humble. The last thing we want to hear you say is if we're trying to explain to you or tell you something, every time your response is, I know. Girl, why are you here if that's the case? Why you don't have your license? Why haven't you just went ahead and set for your NCLEX? You know why, boo? Because learning a new career or learning anything is a due process. All I'm saying is just to be a little bit more humble. And if you do know, just be like, oh man, I never seen it done that way.
I usually do it this way, but can you tell me why you did it that way? It looked like it was a little more quicker.
That's a better way to handle that situation just than default into I know. Nurses hate that. Don't default to I know. Every time you say I know all day, you're closing yourself off. Now, this girl know everything. And if anything, I'm just going to watch her to see where she messes up, because since she know everything. That's how a lot of people think, and that's where they're going to get you. They're going to be ready to humble you because you know everything. Don't ever give nobody the opportunity to humble you. Think you coming in and knowing everything. Take several seats. Please. My mom always taught me you can learn something from anybody. Dog, a cat, a baby, an ignorant, a stupid person. Because even then, they can teach you what not to do. Like the great Muhammad Ali say, a man who sees his life the same as he's seen it when he was 30 to 50 has wasted 20 years of his life. And I think that's right. And that comes from people just not, their perspective over the years not changing. They're not learning, they're not growing. You can't grow if you don't learn. And you can't learn if you know everything. Okay, number 5 is really one of my biggest pet peeves, when nursing students are not engaging. You may ask, not engaging? Okay, not engaging looks a lot like this. You're not asking questions, you're not volunteering, you're not trying to pass the meds, you're not trying to hang in lines, you're not trying to do any of the nursing skills that I'm giving you the opportunity to do at the time. You're just there watching me. Like one of them Instagram followers who watch every one of your stories, but they never heart it, they never like it, they never share nothing, they never comment. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. You don't want to be one of those little watchers. When you're on the floor, just try to be as helpful as you can be and try to just jump right in. Get like stand on business. Learn as much as you can learn, because you may not have the opportunity again. Tell you how many times I put it in NG2? Once. Even as a nurse who's been on the floor, as a PCU nurse, it's some things I still haven't been able to do. And I'm like, damn, if I was warranted that opportunity in clinicals, that would have been perfect. We're going to end this video, but I want to just give you 2 words of advice. The first one is you are in control of your learning experience. And I say this because I had a student who was one of them people who did not engage. She didn't want to hang the med. She didn't want to pass the med. She had an excuse for every time that she couldn't do nothing, and she blamed it on school. She said, well, the school doesn't allow me to do this and do that. Now, I do know a lot of stuff has changed since I've been in nursing school back in 2020. And the one thing I know that stays the same is they won't let you guys push IV meds. But this girl had the nerves to tell me, comment below if you know if this is true or your school does this, that she couldn't hang an antibiotic because it went through the IV. And I was just like, okay, in my head, I was done with this little girl. I was just like, I'm done with her. She don't want to learn. I don't know why she here. And I ended up telling her, go ahead and go do your care plan, go to lunch, take as much time as you want, because I'm not going to babysit you. And I said it verbatim, just like that. If you don't want to take advantage of me, the preceptor, taking the time to be patient and trying to show you stuff, go ahead and clock out for me, boo. Go find your clinical instructor. I'm not going to babysit you. I don't get paid to do that. So let me remind you that you pay that school to teach you something. They have a service to you.
So if you're not like addressing that issue at the school or doing anything about it, you're doing yourself an injustice, and the school is setting you up for failure.
You are in charge of your own learning experience, however that may look for you. So if you want to just go through the motions, go ahead. When you get to your floor, you're in for a rude awakening. Don't let these influencers hype y'all up to become nurses and thinking it's easy. You gotta know something. The social media is really misleading people about nursing. I don't want you guys to take this video and be like, make you feel insecure, make you feel some type of way. It's not to criticize nursing students. It's just basically some advice, basically a way that we can get the word out so you guys don't have as much as a stigma on you in the nursing world, and so you know what not to do when you go to your clinicals, boo.
And don't be offended. Like I said, this comes from a person who sees it on both sides. I was once a nursing student, and I used to be one of those people who would be like, how dare she doesn't want to train me like she wasn't in my shoes before. And now that I'm in her shoes, I see why she may not have wanted to train me prior, because it only took a couple of them to ruin for the rest of the group. So when you're in nursing clinicals, just square away your classmates if they're being this type of person.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Nurse, you ever had a bad experience with a nurse student? Go ahead and comment below. If you love precept and nursing students, tell us why. If you're a nursing student and you've had an experience with a nurse that didn't like nursing students, let us know. Like, we want to hear the stories in the comments. I want to drop more content, but you guys don't tell me what y'all want to see. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I think this year I want to get to 10K. Also, follow my new Instagram. I have a regular Instagram, but honestly, I do not engage on that Instagram. And so I want to start Instagram just for nursing and nursing content and like lifestyle stuff, where I'm super engaging with you guys and I post more. I do not post on my regular Instagram. It's really just for photos and when I take trips. Thank you guys. Love you. Enjoy your nursing clinical.